One.
One.
No one what? Hello.
Started,
All right. Well, as always, what a fantastic start to the session. Right. Yeah. So how's everyone doing? Good to go
Ready to
for
play.
session 81 of our campaign.
Woo!
All right.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, we're waiting on Zach and Matt, but we're going to start without them, and they are going to arrive at some point in the near future, hopefully, provided that things don't happen like the end of the world or something. Right. So last we left off on our campaign, the Clive 5. Where is my notes? Where did I put them? Okay, I put them here. No. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So the Clive 5. You made your way to Shore Kraal. To head to the Spiderlands, where the Spider Queen Zrix-Sarax, there's a lot of S's, sorry, Jared, has taken possession of Gira's hammer, which is the answer potentially to Gira's memory loss and the source of even more power potentially for him. So while you're in the town of Thurum, the party, you were tasked with the capture and execution of a werewolf, so that the Bone Cloaks would escort you through the wilderness. You tracked it down to its cave, and you discovered that it was in fact a local dwarf who had been cursed with some demonic form, which was given by the strange Scrimshaw doppelganger, lovingly named by the party as Grimshaw. And you discovered that he was only partially through his transformation. The transformation is sort of like ongoing as a process that is just turning him more and more into this demonic monstrosity that resembles a wolf, but in the same way demons resemble humans. The party, you did battle with the werewolf, and it escaped, trashing the town of Thurum as it left for the wilderness. Giving chase, you teamed up with the ranger duo of Thrabroth, Copper Axe, and Gamronglir Flatjaw to track the werewolf across the river and into the dangerous wilderness, which has been abandoned by the dwarves. So, having just crossed the river, what would you like to do? Thrabroth looks up at the sky and says, "It's getting late. Should find somewhere to rest and make plans."
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
well, you're the expert. We follow you, I suppose.
There's an abandoned watchtower about a few miles north of here. I think that might be a good place to rest.
Okay,
Sounds
sounds
good. Good vantage point.
Okay. So you all begin the trek into into this side of the river, and you notice even the second you almost get to this side of the river, the woods seem all the more gnarled and cursed and evil, and the woods look darker and thicker as you go in there. There's a strange aura about the place, a sense of evil that lingers over the woods, and you notice thorns and branches just snaking up from the ground. Seemingly wanting to trap you and ensnare you within their branches. But
Are these? Is this normal around here? This vegetation?
the Spider Queen's influence goes far. It doesn't cross the river.
It's not a brilliant aesthetic.
No, keep
Is
your
there
wits
something-
keep your wits about you.
Is there something specifically about the wither that wards it off, or is that just how far it happens to go? Or it's
Well,
that not known?
I hope it's the former. If the Spider Queen's influence can travel further than the river, I wonder why she hasn't yet attempted it.
Right. Well, I suppose better hope that they don't try and dry it up or something.
Well, I suppose, but it's probably best if she is kept contained.
Yeah, for sure. So, this Spider Queen, is she a spider herself, or is she just a queen of spiders?
I'm not sure anyone really knows, except for her closest followers.
Oh, is she not typically seen?
Well, not outside her tower, and no one travels that far. Arakatar is the is the place. It's a fortress, some people say. I've never trekked as far as there, but I have heard some stories from rangers who have occasionally gotten a glimpse of the tower. But no, she doesn't tend to stray out of the walls.
Right. And what
She
of
commands her minions to do so.
what of the denizens of Arakatar? Is it all monsters and things, or are there people that live there?
There are a group of dwarfs, traitors, who worship her. They live there with her.
Are they like dwarfs? Are they like the like ones that live in the Underdark? Dwarves.
No, they're dwarves from Shore Krall originally. I'm sure that they've been corrupted beyond all sense of the word, but their influence does reach far, even within Shore Krall. There are stories of nobles betraying the country for the Spider Queen.
Where's Shawcrow again?
This is where we are.
Or is it like the country?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just it wasn't on the map. Okay.
Yeah, this is Shore Krall.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So everything kind of cut off by that mountain range going round.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you remember Azul Dinar from the last campaign. That's to the left. Well, to the west.
Ravenston Castle.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, and Volforum with the basilisk. Okay. So we just go to this watchtower then? Or are we still looking for the werewolf?
Well, I figure that it's probably good that we find a base camp. That if we're searching for the werewolf, we have somewhere to return to, and
Okay.
somewhere we can mark out as safe.
Okay, cool. Good idea.
Because we don't know how long we might be here. We might be here for a week or more. The wilderness is
Okay.
large. So. Okay, so you begin the trek into the woods. There's not many roads in this part. The actual sort of vegetation on the floor is quite swampy, and there's only a few places which have good footholds. So you find yourself getting quite wet, quite muddy, and quite exhausted really as you're like trekking through the wilderness. What marching order is everyone going in?
I'll
Me in front.
okay, I'll go at the back.
Okay.
I'll stay at the back as well.
Cool. Okay, and then Gira and Shinnok can be in the back, and then
Keep
one of the rangers is at the back, and one of the rangers is guiding.
Keep the squishies
Okay.
in the middle.
Mm-hmm. So as you're walking, Thorabroth says to Roxon, "I don't see many Goliaths around these parts."
No, not typically where we come from, these areas. I've travelled quite far to be here.
Sure, you have many a story.
Oh, yes. Scrimshaw, I need to tell the story.
Okay, I'll walk up and get out the start minor illusioning as it goes.
Yeah, Thorabroth's like, "Oh, that's such a fascinating story that I've never heard before." A whole mammoth. Wow, I haven't even seen a mammoth before. Not in these parts at least.
You should go and visit Frostweed Peaks then with his sister lives there.
Is that a reason to visit?
Don't go there.
Well, only
Only
if you
for
want to see
Morna.
mammoths. Yeah, only if
There
you
are
want to see mammoths.
Yes, also mammoths.
Well, as you can probably figure, I don't take too well to very large creatures. There's something kind of scary about them. Something that could just trample me with one step.
It's fine. Just get an axe and chop them.
You get used to it after a while.
Well, believe it or not, this is my home. I don't think I'm going to be leaving for a very long time.
Except towards Rakatar, apparently.
Well, all of Shorkrala is my home. Even the places that have been corrupted by the Spider Queen. But hopefully not for long, if you have anything to do with it. But it has been a long time since I trekked into this part of the wilderness. And I have to say, looking around, it seems that her grip on these woods seems to be increasing more and more every time I visit.
Yeah.
As you begin to trek further into the woods, begin to notice like long spider webs just hanging off the branches of the trees and down onto the floor, as well as there being like sort of a murky, misty swamp feeling that sort of like has a bit of a fog rolling around. That has also this sort of like it's quite hard to place, but there seems to be like a purple tint to everything as you're walking through. You're not sure if that's the fog or maybe all of the leaves have this purple-ish tone to them. But the swamp has become more and more purple the further you're trekking into it. Yeah. So who's leading up? Sorry, by the way.
Me.
Okay, make a perception check for me. What were you going to say, Scrimshaw?
I was just going to ask him, why is it purple? That's not a normal colour for things to be.
Fell magic, I assume. Okay, out the corner of your eye, Roxanne, you see in the sort of tree branches something skittering, maybe like following you.
Oh, that sounds there are people behind me. Look alive! We're being followed.
As you like say that, you notice that one of the tree branches rustles, and then just like something skitters away across the top, the canopy of the trees. You don't get a good look of it, but you see the branches rustling and like a couple of leaves falling as it runs.
Yes. We're definitely being followed.
What did it sound
And
like?
stalked. I'm not sure. It skittered across. I didn't quite get a good look at it.
It's
went across the
skittered.
branch.
Is it a spider, maybe? Because we're in the spider land.
Genius, Mona.
Does make
No, no.
that would
Probably
make
was a
sense.
spider. It probably was a spider, yes.
It's just how big are these spiders? I'm not sure. I don't think in this whole campaign we've actually come across a giant spider.
Yeah, I think you have.
Have we?
Yep. In episode
Mechanical one.
15, 14, something like that. I think you fought. I think you fought some spiders in a cave, maybe. Or were they butterflies? They might be butterflies. Either way, Throboth says, "Well, it seems that everything's bigger in this part of the woods. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the largest spider I've ever seen was maybe 10 feet across."
10 feet across.
That's quite a large spider. I
Oh,
was
jeez.
I was just gesturing. I would gesture with one hand. The largest spiders I've seen.
Well,
Maybe now isn't the best time to mention that. I actually really don't like spiders.
not really the place for you then, is it?
Yeah.
Fine, you just punch them.
I feel like if they're bigger, they're less scary, right? I feel like the smaller they are, that's what's scary about them because they can get everywhere and hide.
Yes,
Whereas the
I'm
big
sure
ones,
that's the
you
case.
just- The more proportionate, right?
I don't know. I mean, if their legs are still in the same proportion, then they've got those big spindly legs that stretch out for several.
Plus, these
feet.
ones can actually eat you. So
Yeah, the pincers actually can do things.
No.
they might put you in a web and take you away.
Yeah, I heard that
God.
I've heard that some of them can paralyze you, and then you're just stuck, fully aware of what's happening to you. It's pretty awful, as I understand.
Yeah, doesn't even numb the pain.
Ooh, dicks.
Yeah, well, these spiders are especially cruel, and they're very smart, so keep your eyes about you. If we walk into a trap, then they'll have the advantage.
Well, let's not walk into any traps then, guys.
Roll initiative.
you, as you're walking, you walk into a trap. um,
Yeah, I guess gonna keep doubly aware for traps then
all right.
while we're on the way.
All right. Well, Roxanne's perception check is pretty good, so that's just pretty decent for now. So you make your way further through the woods until you get to what's basically is a pile of rubble in a vaguely circular shape. An old watchtower which once stood here maybe 100 or 150 years ago or so, and now has been reduced to basically a windbreaker. With very little, shelter from the elements, but it is a landmark. That Thraboth sort of clambers over one of the piles of rubble and looks around and says, "Well, this is the most defensible place out here."
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Well, I mean, we've slept in worse, I think.
Where is the worst place you've ever slept?
Well, I mean, I've never slept, but in terms of stayed overnight, well, what do you guys think? I mean, there's a lot of just out in the open, just middle of the field.
The night in the frost pleats wasn't particularly pleasant for some.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly there.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to recall when we've had so many rough nights.
Gira is just sort of like, "What is this? A place to sleep? This is a pile of rubble."
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you exaggerated maybe a little when you called this a watchtower.
Well, it's marked on the map as watchtower.
Fair enough. I mean, if we're not going to find anything better, then I guess this will do.
It's a shame to see a building in a state like this. It really shows the decline of Shore Krall over the last 100 years.
Right. Well, I mean, we could stay in the mansion instead.
I was gonna
but-
suggest the mansion as well. Chinook?
However, if we want to be taking watches and so we can keep an ear out
Yeah.
through the night.
Oh god.
Yeah, after
There's
all,
gonna be so many
tracking things here.
spiders.
Chinook's like, "Oh, I was waiting to use the mansion so I could do loads of exposition about stuff. Because for some reason I just can't do it right now."
I think it is actually going to be better to sit and do watches anyway. Because we are looking for a werewolf after all. I'll go first.
Okay, so you begin to make your camp in the woods. Okay, what's everyone doing? Just sort of preparing food, looking around.
Yeah, getting ready for the night.
Yeah,
I'm
just
pretty
going
dead.
around really.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, so Morna. Who do you want to do it with? There's quite a few people.
One of the bone cloaks.
Okay. Thraboth? Or Glamrongler?
Yeah.
Glamrongler. Which one?
Gamron.
Okay. He's the younger one.
Gamron Glear, flat jaw.
Yeah, he's a bit shy, but okay. So you and Glamrongler stay up. Everyone else begins to make their beds and doze off. He's just sort of quite just taken aback about the woods, looking around. He seems a bit spooked. Every time there's like a snap in the trees or the winds rustle a little bit, he just like looks around quite panicked.
Not helped by Morna is also very spooked because she doesn't like spiders.
I fucking hate spiders.
So do I. Maybe you weren't the best person to do this with.
Oh, you know, I have never been here before, so I didn't know how fucking terrifying it would be.
No, neither did I. Oh, I've definitely been in worse like more deadly situations, but um, I really don't like this.
Well, or maybe we could try and distract ourselves.
Oh, what do you suggest?
Well, I mean, do you need stories?
Story? Robson wakes up.
Have you heard the one about the spider mammoth?
Yeah, I guess I could tell you a story. Um, I have to have a think though. I'm not really a story person, but I could find something maybe. One second.
But it's okay if you don't. You're busy adventuring.
Yeah, I've got some religious reading text for you if you're interested.
In what religion?
You know, it's not really local to here, so you probably won't know it.
Right. See, I don't really do well with religion.
Oh, why don't you join mine?
What is your religion?
You know, the trespasser.
I'm just going to pipe into the.
So she's
Don't worry,
like,
it's not a religion. It's more of a cult. And then go back into.
So she's basically like death, and when you die, she comes and gives you a big cuddle, and just like swoops your soul up and then keeps it safe.
Right. I don't like the sound of that very much.
Do you not want me to read this to you then?
I mean, make a persuasion check. As usual, your charisma has gotten the better of you. Amalgir said, like, obviously, really does not want to hear anything about religion, but he's like a bit shy to say no.
Well, because I have zero charisma and I can't notice signs that people don't want me to talk. I might just go ahead and do it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So you spend the next 5 hours reading to Gamonglir and proselytizing.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception check for me as well, for your evening.
22.
22. Okay, well the night goes on as you read to Gamonglir, who quite quickly falls asleep, and is woken up when you're starting to wake up the next people. So who's the next people you're going to wake up?
Scrimshaw and Farbroth.
Okay. Right. And Gamonglir as well. No, they just don't be like. All right, so Scrimshaw and Thraboth. Thraboth gets up and does a sort of few stretches. He just like hops onto a mound of rubble and just sort of looks around. He gets a little like eyepiece out, like a little tiny telescope that he's just like scanning the environment with.
Just as Morna, well, not wakes me up, but yeah, rouses me. I just mention like, you know, I would have thought that you'd like spiders. I mean, you walk on walls like them. Poison doesn't affect you. I would have thought they'd kind of be your thing.
You're part tree, but we probably wouldn't like it if the tree fell on you, right?
I don't have an answer to that.
I just want to go to bed.
All right. See you in the morning.
Enjoy your watch.
All right. Go sit down. But then.
Well, he's just like looking you up and just like kind of staring at you, trying to make out your features, I guess.
Trying
But
to
he's
make out.
kind of just to make out. Yeah. No, he's like really intently just staring at you.
Sketch a picture, it'll last longer.
I'm
Right,
not very good at drawing.
Take it you've not seen anything like me before.
No.
That's,
Yeah, you are quite an original sight. How does that work? He like points to your general direction.
What specifically?
Well, I would have figured you'd be a lot more rigid than you are.
Well, I mean, most of it is actually organic. It's all, some manner of chords of like what almost wood-ish material. Sort of like vines. The plate, like the metal, is just plating. It's man-made. It's
Made
like,
by dwarves.
well, man-made. Are dwarves not men?
No, I mean it's just something you could mention, because he's a dwarf.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it was made in Thandir actually. Yeah, I got it. It's actually made. Yeah, it was made by the dwarves of Thandir. Have you heard of it?
Well, no, I don't think so. Where's that? That's not a Mistran settlement.
It's in the Underdark.
Yeah, that explains it.
Yes.
He's
Yeah, it's good work.
So you've been to the Underdark?
A couple of times, yes.
Was that nice?
Well, the architecture in Thandir is pretty fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
As a tourism board of Fandir.
It's beautiful.
Come to Fandir, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's quite something. If there weren't a whole revolutionary war going on currently, or possibly about to kick off, then I'd suggest a visit. But
Well,
yeah,
there's plenty of places overground I'd rather go to first, I think. Yeah, I've ever been to Cessadil.
Cessadil, remind me where that is.
That's the capital of our great nation. I grew up close to it, but never actually been to the city itself.
No, never been there.
Maybe one day.
Be right back.
I think I have a circle for that around here somewhere, but
Oh, let's go. Let's go on a holiday.
Getting back might be a problem. We'd have to go. We'd have to go all the way back to Dean, and that's a whole other thing.
Well, so I've heard that you want to get some hammer from Zrix-Sorak, but that doesn't explain everything. Why did you all come along? I mean, I know that he wanted the hammer, but the rest of you, what is it what to do with you?
Well, he's one of our group. What one of us needs, the rest of us help out with generally. And it kind of goes back and forth. They all helped me out when we were looking into some issues of mine, and yeah, we kind of just help each other out, and we had a bit of time, so thought, come unlock a friend's memories.
So if his memories are locked in this hammer, what's to say that he'll still want to hang around with you after he's found it?
Well, I mean,
He might be a completely different person.
Maybe he might be a real asshole, but have to try. I mean, what's the alternative? Just leave him in this state? If you had a whole other life that you couldn't remember, you'd want to get that through it by any means necessary, and if your friends wouldn't help you do it, then would they be your friends?
Oh, well, it's a hard predicament that you found yourself in, but you just have to be prepared that the friend you know now might not be the person that he is when he gets his memories back. You might lose the friend you have.
There is also the slightly more selfish notion that, well, what with the world potentially ending soon, we could do with a bit more power. And
The
you can
world
get this
potentially
soundtrack.
ending soon?
Yeah, there's this whole thing. There's the planet born dead. It's on its way here. We think it's gonna basically kill everyone. And yeah, hopefully we can stop it, but no guarantees.
What? So what's the point of doing this?
Well,
Shouldn't we be stopping their planet?
I mean, there's. That's
Never
not
really thought of it that way.
Oh, Roxanne, yes.
I can't sleep. I'm scared of spiders.
I
Oh, hello.
Hello. What have I missed?
Oh, no, Shimmick's awake, oh, for fuck's sake.
I just found the
Yeah.
camp doing watches and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to do to stop that particularly right now. So in the meantime, all we can really do is sort out the issues that we have at hand.
Well, do you feel capable on sort of helping the world not end?
Currently, don't know really. I mean, sort of done it before, but it's not really on the same scale. It's yeah, I don't really know until we come up against it, to be honest. So all we can really do is try and be as powerful as we can be when these threats do arrive.
Well, I only hope that we can just handle one thing at a time for now. The Spider Queen
Yeah.
is more powerful than she's ever been, it seems.
Yeah. Then after this, there's of course the Mind Flayers, which bizarrely are feeling like a relatively small problem now, but still need dealing with nonetheless.
Seems like you've got your hands busy.
Yeah, we've got a few things on our plate, but I mean, we've fought against things that, if you were to ask previous versions of ourselves whether we'd be able to fight, we would have laughed and said no way. But we're still here. We've been mostly victorious.
But a whole planet?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
We don't really know how it works, to be honest. Maybe there's just like some dude in the room that's controlling it all, and we just need to give him a bit of a kick, and then the planet kind of just turns off.
That would be handy.
Maybe the planet's
Well-
actually fairly nice, but it's just that one guy is telling it to do bad things.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, all planets do have hearts. And they say that each planet has a spirit attached to it. Maybe this is just a corrupted one.
Maybe. End the corruption. Maybe it becomes a friendly planet. Maybe it becomes the planet born happy.
Well, That being said, have you spotted anything out of the ordinary yet?
Oh shit! No, I was supposed to be looking out, wasn't I? Would you like me to perception check?
Yes, please.
That's a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you've just been sort of like a bit distracted. You haven't really heard anything or noticed much. Throboth looks around and just sort of says, "They're spiders anyway. If they didn't want us to see them, we wouldn't see them."
Spider bastards.
Yeah, night seems relatively quiet.
It does feel there's something oppressive about the air here. There's a sort of weighty feeling.
Yeah, but what is that? It makes me really glad that I don't have to breathe it.
It's not. It must be some sort of dark magic. Although the power that must be required to corrupt a land like this. So much of it. And this is the outskirts. I would hate to see how Arakatar was transformed.
Yeah.
When did your friend say he lost his hammer?
Oh. Not sure. How long has Gira been with us? I mean, he came with us to... Was it a few months maybe? A year?
Yeah, he's
hard to remember, but-
you remember from your conversations with Gira that he's been like sort of wandering around for a few years.
Few years. Right, okay. Yeah, a few years ago, we think. Obviously, with memory loss, it's kind of hard to tell, because if he doesn't remember what came before, then how does he know when it happened? But
Makes sense.
it would make sense
But-
if that was the last thing.
Does seem to tie in quite strongly to how long it's been since the Spider Queen's really started to gain serious power. Before a few years ago, she was mostly kept around these woods, but it wasn't this strong. The woods weren't this corrupted.
So you think this hammer may be what has actually allowed her to expand her reach?
Maybe. Although, I think it might be... I don't know. We'll see.
It's surprising with all the with Gira's particular interests. I thought it would just be something lightning related. You haven't seen an uptick in lightning storms around Arakatar, have you?
I don't know. Maybe. It is fairly high up. There is a fair amount of lightning. Especially as during the summer months it can get quite humid and hot.
Right.
But yeah, let's keep our eyes out. I don't want to find myself having to fight off spiders as well as a werewolf. Alright. He goes to wake Roxanne and Chinook.
Alright.
Oh, having
Hey.
a lovely dream.
What were you dreaming about?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Good night. Roxanne. Hello.
Look, my good friend, my drinking buddy.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you feeling about the spiders?
I mean, they're spiders. I don't really. I assume they're like. I don't know how intelligent they are. It's actually quite startling and fascinating.
Well, they've been described as cruel, so I'd imagine they have some form of intelligence if they.
I mean,
capable of being cruel.
intelligence and cruelty aren't necessarily the same thing. Lots of
No,
cats
but-
are stupid, and they like to toy with their prey.
I suppose. I guess we'll find out how smart they are. Morda's pretty scared of them, though. I think we should play a prank on Border.
How so?
I don't know. Can you like magic up a fake spider? Is that
I
something you-
certainly can.
Oh, oh, lovely. And then we should put it in her rucksack.
Yes, I can. I think I can do multiple spiders actually.
Oh, only little spiders though. Not obviously not a big spider.
It would appear I have somehow forgotten the song that enables me to make illusions. Shite, I can no longer do that.
Well, we can always do it another time. You'll just have to remember to do that song.
I can only remember a certain amount of songs at a time.
Exactly.
It's understandable. You're not going to remember every song, are you?
Yes, and I say songs. It's more learning the vibrations of spells.
I see. I don't
Yeah.
really understand any of that. I just hit things and then they die.
And you do a brilliant job at it.
Oh, thank you. I like to think I'm quite good at swinging the axe.
You're particularly good at using your strength to destroy the lives of many, many things.
Oh, yes. Oh, I've killed so many people. Isn't it glorious?
Who would you say is the worst person you've ever killed?
Ashen.
Ashen.
You don't know who that is. I can't remember. I don't think you know who that is.
Do I know who that is?
You might know the name. I think we mentioned it. Probably mentioned it.
Would I have read anything being the lore master type person about
It's too recent news.
No. It was just really
You
evil
probably
dude.
heard, yeah.
Really evil dude, related to the planet, bit of a dick. So
I wonder how that works. Does the planet have a dick?
it might have a dick. I
Do-
guess we'll
do-
find out.
Does a planet
Maybe.
fuck other planets?
Maybe that's how it's going to destroy this planet. Are we going to
It's-
get fucked to
What-
death?
Oh god.
Are we going to get fucked to death by a giant?
I hate you guys.
Or maybe the planet is the dick.
Oh Jesus!
And it's like a multitude of intelligences, kind of like a hive mind.
Scrimshaw just like
Oh.
pops up for a sec, gets the
I was gonna
gets
say-
the wax earplugs out, puts them in, and then goes back.
Oh, I was going to ask Grimshaw's opinion, but he obviously isn't interested.
I'm very
well,
fascinated. I must
I-
learn more about planet penises.
I think it must be a thing. How else do planets make other planets?
I mean, most planets are born from space rocks and dust and the
No, it's gods. Don't be silly.
Oh yes, the gods that made the perfectly flat world. I forget.
Yes, the world. Look, we've been over this.
Feywild's flat.
Fuck's sake.
Ah,
The flat wild.
thank you, voice in my head.
Strange, I heard that too.
Maybe we're all
What's
hearing.
going on?
Maybe that is a god talking to us.
Are we all having some form of collective hallucination?
Maybe.
It's basically what D&D is.
A collective hallucination?
So, did it actually not happen? It's the Mike Teller effect.
Oh my god.
We're all gonna wake up and this will be over.
A Fandela.
Vandela effect. Fandela.
Well, I hope it all works out well. I don't really want to be killed by a giant planet, personally.
I would rather not be killed at all, really.
I was more hoping to either die gloriously in battle or die with mead in my hand and turkey in the other.
So, if I find you dying at the somber age of 90, barely able to wield your axe anymore, dying in your bed surrounded by loved ones, I am to bring a mug of mead and some chicken.
Or chicken works too, yes. Or mutton, or any kind of meat. Anything on a leg.
I shall ensure that I find the finest, the finest chicken and mead for you.
That or, if I die. Actually, just to clarify, because there's been some confusion about this in the past. If I die in battle, do try and bring me back to life. Don't just go, oh, he wanted to die like this. Do try. I do, forever.
So you don't want to die?
I don't want to die, but if I do die, and there's no way you can bring me back, like there's nothing you can do.
You'd prefer it to be in battle?
I would prefer for it to be in battle. There you go.
I assume if you're particularly old as well, you wouldn't want to be...
If this is probably going to be my only opportunity, then yes, but I'm not that old, so I've got quite a few years left.
And if you make it to old age, if you're constantly seeking out warfare and battle, usually most people like that don't tend to see a particularly old age.
Exactly. I've nearly died I have died in this company of this party. However, it wasn't at the hands of our enemies. It was actually Morna. She killed me. And she killed me in a way that was rather disturbing, but...
How do you feel about that? Do you, sleep and then dream of Morna destroying your life?
No, I feel like she enjoyed it, though, and that's the most worrying thing.
It's Morna. She enjoys any form of murder and death and anything.
Do you think she's trying to get rid of me so she can get to my sister?
Get rid of you to get to your sister.
I would imagine Morna's just kind of mumbling this in her sleep.
She did that shit right in front of you, dude.
No,
Move on in.
but it doesn't have my blessing.
I mean,
I think if anything, it's more fun knowing that Roxanne doesn't approve.
To be fair, I don't think that Morna cares about your input whatsoever. If Morna wanted to go for your sister, Morna's the kind of person to just go for your sister.
I'd probably be okay with it if she just spoke to me about it, rather than just try to piss me off with it.
I don't think speaking is Morna's strong suit.
No.
In the brief time I've known her, you know her better than I do. Is she particularly... Is she particularly forthcoming on her emotions and how she feels and,
No.
Okay.
Probably one of the hardest people to read, but at the same time, rather easy to read. I don't think that makes sense, but you might get what I mean.
Yes, I think I understand.
Hmm.
There's bound to be at least the murder of at least one person in the room on her mind at all times.
Yes, and it may well be you.
It's bound to be me. We don't get along very well.
Being also you're new, so she's probably thinking, if I'm going to kill anyone, I might as well kill the new guy. Because nobody's going to care if the new guy goes, right? Hey, at least you don't die as much as the other guy. That's nice. That guy owes us a lot of gold from the amount of diamonds that we had to use to bring him back.
Didn't you take gold from his kingdom?
Well, it was on offer. They didn't want it. I mean, he tried to insist that we should leave it so we can rebuild, but we're like, no. This is war profiteering stuff. We'll take it and we'll put a better use to it. And we did.
Oh, so you took the money out of charity?
No, because it was money made through...
as in you took the money out of a need to show how charitable you are, how your good soul's taking it away from war profiteering.
Yes.
Yes, I understand. I perfectly
and to be
understand.
And to be fair, we we own we were definitely due a reward, so that we took that.
All right, do you want to give me perception checks, both of you?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you're quite ensconced in your conversations during the night. Chinook, you basically have no read on what's going on. Roxon, you look away for a moment, just like during the night, and just sort of look into the woods. And Chinook says something. When you turn back, you notice that crawling up his shoulder very slowly is a very large, maybe like the size of your hand, like a sort of very furry, spindly spider, which is like slowly crawling up his shoulder, and Chinook just hasn't noticed.
Chinook,
Do I have something on my face?
not on your face, but look at your shoulder.
I look at my shoulder.
It like as you like look at it, it just sort of like hisses at you and like spits a tiny bit of like something, and it like it just like goes on your face and it begins to burn, and you're like ah.
I would like to stab it with my dagger.
Okay, make an attack.
Wait, no, do I
Roxon
have a
gets his
dagger?
axe.
Oh no!
Hold still. It's gonna be like that Home Alone scene where they're trying to get the tarantula off of it.
Okay, so you go to stab it and you manage to plunge your dagger straight into its sort of like abdomen, as it sort of spits a little bit and just like it begins to curl up on the edge of your dagger, and you sort of just throw your dagger onto the floor like in a sort of panic, and you just notice as it just begins to start to melt almost on your dagger, and it just turns into like a bit of mush.
I did not enjoy that.
But
How's my
you
face?
take 2 damage from the acid on your face. It hurts. Like it's gonna blister for sure.
Can I like try like a kind of small healing word to just try and heal, like stop the blistering and the like?
Yep.
I kind of just like sigh, kind of just breathe in, and I just kind of whisper something in Sylvan, and it just washes away. Just kind of, yeah.
Nice. Well,
I hated that. I hated that experience so fucking much. Jesus Christ.
I'm a bit worried that there's more of them.
Oh, there's definitely more of them.
We
As you say
maybe
that, you hear as you say that, you hear a cracking from above, and when you look up, there's this dark shape. It's about 10 feet wide, just hanging above you, and it begins to drop, and you notice that it's not a spider. It's some sort of weird, contorted amalgamation of part dwarf, part spider that is just like a horrible, like hellish abomination, which
A
is
spider?
dropped. Well, it's not in the same sense of like it's half person, half spider. It's more like 90% spider, but it has a human head, and like its legs that stick out are like weird, spindly, humanoid type legs that just like stretch and just like spindle across. But it has this massive like green abdomen, like black and green abdomen, which is like leaking this sort of like green pus as it lands on the ground in between you two, as obviously everyone's sleeping, and it just sort of like skitters over, and it just goes like with a really horrible humanoid voice, which startles all of you awake. All right, hang on. All right. And as you all begin to notice this thing in the middle of you, you then see coming out of the woods and out of the darkness all around the watchtower are more and more of these large creatures that just, as well as like lots of other smaller ones as well. All right. Well, if everyone would like to roll initiative for me, please.
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll roll initiative and then we'll take a break. It's probably the best time to take a break.
Oh,
Dred,
I
do you wanna
did
take
done
that
the
out?
fail.
Cool.
Oh, I'll put the stream to mute and such.
Cool. Yeah. Let's have a break then. All right. Well, we're
Yeah,
back
just
in a
need to
bit.
take Billy to the woods. Be right back.
One.
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 Fucking hell.
All right. Well,
Three.
we are back.
Try and give us an air of
So-
professionalism, and you're all up in here just wanting.
Yeah. So.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, everyone. So before the break, you descended, not descended. You made your way further into the woods, and you noticed that the further you got in, there was a sort of a bigger sense of oppression that of some sort of evil power, but in the fog, in the woods, and the gnarled branches of trees that seemed to like try and claw you almost as you walked past. There was loads and loads of spiders' webs, and as you made your camp in the abandoned watchtower, a monstrosity that could only be described as a spider-like thing, part humanoid, part spider, attacked Chinook and Roxanne while they were taking their watches. So, as it sort of skitters around a bit, it screeches a horrible screech that wakes up everyone from their rest. They begin to attack. So the one in the center lunges straight for you, Chinook, and is going to bite you and claw you. 31 and a natural 20.
Ow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so one piercing damage plus 7 poison on the first one.
All right.
And then 8 slashing damage. And then 16 slashing damage.
Ow.
And you all begin to notice as the woods begin to crackle, and there's more of these weird monsters that all look very similar to each other, but you can tell they were once dwarves or some sort of humanoid. Begin to crawl over the rubble, descend also from the canopy, and begins to head towards everyone. So here. So they begin to skitter in. So one's going to attack Gramongle. That's 3 hits. Okay. All right, one's going to attack Gira 3 times. That's a 30, 22, and a 23. They all hit, Gira.
Sorry, say those numbers again.
30, 22, and 23. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one piercing damage plus 7 poison damage.
Mhm.
And then the second one is 6 slashing damage.
I'm going to use Spirit Shield on Kira.
You
Well,
haven't taken your turn yet.
It's a reaction.
Yeah,
Raging.
you're technically
Oh,
technically
no.
yeah, you're technically surprised as well.
Oh yeah, you have to ignore me.
I thought
So,
we
yeah.
weren't.
Well, you're surprised until it's your turn, effectively, mate.
Okay.
Oh, I have danger sense.
And then the last one is 9 damage, Gira.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one is crawling over to Scrimshaw.
Okay.
Do. Okay, so 16 on the first one,
Miss.
23,
Miss.
24.
Miss.
Okay, so this one clambers over, and as you get up, it slashes out at you, and you sort of back up into the one that's behind you, which is going to split its damage between Roxanne and Scrimshaw. So you sort of back up, and then you just realize there's one lurking right behind you, Scrimshaw. So that is a 31 on you, Scrimshaw.
That will hit.
Okay, so that's 4 piercing damage plus 9 poison.
Okay.
28 on Roxanne.
Yeah.
That's 8 slashing damage, and 25 on Roxanne.
Yeah. That'll...
So that's 9 slashing damage. So 17 for you on Roxanne. And then the final one is going to go for Morna. So Morna, 22, 30,
That hits.
25.
They hit.
Okay, so 4 piercing damage plus 9 poison,
Okay.
and then 6 slashing damage. Oh yeah, and then there's another one as well, sorry. And then 4 slashing damage. Okay, so the first rounds of
Need
attacks has
poison.
come in, and immediately you realise that you're all under quite a big attack, effectively, from these people around. Actually, I don't think I rolled initiative for camera glue. And okay. Right, okay, there we go. So, who's next? Morna.
I'm gonna punch the one in front of me.
Okay, make your attacks.
20.
20, that hits.
Can I do a con save?
Yep. That is a 7. This one's
Ah,
stunned.
it's stunned.
Ooh,
Okay.
pardon me.
So, gonna do some more attacks.
That hits.
And then
Okay.
extra attack.
Okay.
Here you go.
Cool. All right, so your punches rain down on it, and as you hit it in the face, it sort of locks up for a second, spasming slightly. As you see in its pain, its abdomen is sort of pulsating, and like this sort of weird, like greenish fell pus is spilling out of the back of it onto the floor.
Oh.
It sort of like glows on the ground as it lands, and like a little bit splashes back at you, and you just sort of. Ugh. Yeah, horrible. Right, now it's spider swarms that are slowly starting to get closer. They just begin to skitter over.
What's the dude with the red splodge?
That's
Is that one of the
Gamongler.
bone cloaks?
Yeah, the blue one is Tharbroth, and the other one's Gamongler.
Gamongler.
Okay. Just gonna roll a bunch of attack. All right, so 3 on Tharbroth. So that's 1 hit. Okay, 1 on Gira. So that's going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 11 piercing damage. Both miss on Gamongler. There's 2 on Scrimshaw. So that's a 15 and an 18 they miss. And that's it. Alright, so Chinook.
Right. Is there anywhere I can hit this clump of enemies here with a fireball without hurting Scrimshaw?
Yeah. Can get all 4 of these. So the 3 little ones and
Can't
the
you
big
go
one.
like that? It's 15 foot, right?
20-foot radius.
20 foot.
So you could go like that.
So it'd be like
You can't really go. Yeah, so that's gonna miss. That's gonna miss this one.
that.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit the spider swarms and then that one on the
Can't
left.
you do it like that?
You can't. Nah. sadly not with the ways that D&D sort of diagonal things work.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do that then. And, you know what? Fuck it. Go big or go home. I'm gonna start putting my flute to my mouth. And I'm gonna... And as I start playing, these kind of, like, almost like emerald green, like, energy just kind of, like, lights up Chinook's veins and his eyes, and, this kind of just... As he plays, this kind of greenish ball of energy just kind of expands in that area and eventually explodes.
Okay, they all fail.
So they all take 34 fire damage.
Hang on.
Oh wait, no, they take 48 fire damage.
Damn, that's a good roll.
Yeah.
Hang on, just bear with. Sorry, there all the tokens took the same damage from the first one.
Oh no, they're all dead. However shall we cope? Oh wow.
To do the thing where all the tokens are linked to the same sheet.
Yeah, it's really does kind of annoying.
Yeah, you have to actually like not attach them to a sheet. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah, it never used to be like that. I used to just be able to get away with it.
Yeah, the stuff that you drag on from Monster Manual and that is fine.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
Yeah, it's when I'm making my own tokens. That's the thing.
Yeah, you always have to like make it attach to the sheet and then detach it afterwards. It's weird behavior to be default.
Okay, I've sorted it. All right, so how much is that then? 48 damage each.
Yep.
Okay, so these 3 spiders in over here, they are dead. These swarms of spiders. As the green energy glows, Scrimshaw, you feel your sort of face tinge a little bit. As you look down, there's just all these spiders which just begin to curl up, singed, and then slowly begin to melt into the floor.
How's
Alright.
little buddy boy down here doing?
He took the full brunt of it. He's doing okay.
Okay. Alright. That's fine. Everything's fine.
All right, Scrimshaw.
Okay, I shall cast Spirit Shroud, and then I would like to
Okay.
make an attack on the one below me that has taken the fireball.
Are you concentrating?
I am concentrating on Spirit Shroud.
I will put a thing on you.
It's a 20 to hit.
20 to hit. That hits.
Okay. To make sure I put Spirit Shroud on. Okay. And that is. Ooh.
Oh.
Right? Oh, double 8s on that. That is 37 damage.
Okay, yeah,
One
you slash into him and you lop off one of the weird humanoid spindly legs that just like and the sort of spider creature in front of you begins to hobble slightly, looking very injured. But coming out the wound isn't blood; it's this sort of like very thick, viscous green pus which glows.
All right, go for the finish.
Glowing pus.
Another 20.
Glowing pus.
All right, that hits.
23 damage that time.
Okay. All right, he's looking hurt, like pretty rough. He's got some slashes in on him as you've gone in with the Spirit Shroud. All right, Gamonglir's turn.
Oh, I think Roxon should be higher. He's got,
Oh, yeah.
He's got 9.
Oops.
I think he should
Yeah,
actually be
that's right.
before me,
Rock-
but doesn't really matter.
It's fine. It is what it is. Right. So the usual.
Sarah.
I'm going to hit the one in front of me. The usual Great Weapons Master, Reckless, blah blah blah.
And you're raging.
And I am raging. Yes. Anger.
Angry.
Oh. He's
Nice.
right off to a good start.
Okay, natural 20 right off the bat.
So do that, and then roll. It's 2d12. It's not bad for a first hit.
Yeah, your axe sinks deep in it, and again, you lop off one of the sort of weird spindly appendages of this creature. Around you is a sense of panic as everyone's sort of fighting for their lives, but you stood before your prey, ready to go on the offensive.
Yes, as usual. Right, my next attack. Not so good. 15.
15 hits.
Oh, does it? Oh, lovely. There you go.
Okay, so 25. Yeah, this one's looking hurt now. Ugh, slashing into it, chopping bits off. Your axe hacking deep at this Dryder's body. All right, is that your turn then?
Yeah, it is my turn.
Gamonglir's turn. He gets his spear out and he's just like fighting with these spiders that are nearby him. He's going to make a bunch of attacks on the big one. Okay, and that's only going to be one hit. So. Okay, it's Gamonglir's turn. All right, Gira.
All right. So Gira is gonna.
What about
Take
our
out.
other dwarf friend?
Yeah, Tharaboth and Gamonglir go at the same time. Right, Tharaboth gets his battle axe out. He's going to attack the spiders. That's 2 hits. That's gonna. Right. It doesn't kill one of the swarms, but gets close as he's slashing out of the swarms. Right, now Gira, it's your turn.
Kind of radiant, kind of crackling lightning energy kind of courses through kind of Gira. He brings out his battle axe, his great hammer, and like smashes it against the ground, and casts Destructive Wave upcasting to level 6.
Cool.
I didn't upcast that. I didn't give me the option.
It upcasts when you do damage, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, you've done damage. What were you upcasting it to?
Level 6.
So-
That's a level 5 original. Yes.
Okay, so I just add another dice as well.
Alright, what roll
Is
is
that
it?
right? Destructive Wave? And it's just
Let me read the upcast. It doesn't say anything about upcasting actually. Maybe can you not upcast it? Oh,
What's
is it a spell?
just Destructive Wave. You should be able to, right?
Not every spell can. Let me have a look.
Those are some pretty bad rolls as well.
Alright, so the Drider on the top got a 22 on the Constitution check, and the rest of them failed.
Okay, cool. So I'm
Yeah,
half
there's-
damage for that one.
Yeah, there's no benefit to upcasting.
So,
Okay.
so 6 then. Alright, so then that's 24. Alright, so these spiders, these small ones are dead. And this one takes 24 damage.
So it's everyone within 30 feet. So let me just bring it up.
Yeah, I assume you're not casting it.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
do you-
but
do you
those
get-
two at the top?
Yeah, it's everything within 30 feet, other than like our friends, obviously.
Yeah.
I get to choose.
Okay.
So it'd be doop. Oh wait, doop 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 doop. That one as well.
So is it half damage if they pass?
It's yeah. It's, yeah.
And then
And the ones that failed are also not prone. Yeah.
Okay.
pretty good.
Just bearing in mind, so that's 24. And prone. I'll just put markers on the ones that are prone.
The max damage for that is so 5d6. So what's that? 30. So that's a pretty bad roll.
Yeah,
15 would
average
be
is
average.
35 damage
Yeah.
total.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I think it was enough for the small ones, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Alright, this one's dead. On the left by Scrimshaw.
Oh, nice.
And then. Yeah, just bear with me, I'm just rolling. That's.
Cool.
That's 12. This one's dead. And this one's alive. And this one's alive. Okay, cool. All done.
Yeah, Gira ends turn now.
Cool. Awesome. Right. It's the spider's turn. So, yeah, they've gone on the offensive. You've fought back, and now they are going on even stronger. This one is seeing the destructive wave. This one gets up from being prone and walks over to you, Gira. Ignoring Gamron Glear, you hurt him and his friends, so they're both going to go for you.
Yeah.
So that's 17, 18, and 25.
Two pass, one fail.
So that's 4 slashing damage and 6 slashing damage.
Yep.
And then on the next one, that's 30, 20, and 27.
Yep, all hit.
Okay. So that's 3 piercing damage plus 16 poison.
Okay.
6 slashing damage.
Yep.
And 10 slashing damage.
Oh, that's alright. I did. Hold on, I took 25, not 16, so plus 8.
Okay. Right, this one in the center gets up from being prone, continuing to lunge at Chinook. So 22, natural 30, and 23.
Natural 30.
Natural 20. Did I say natural 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. Natural 30 on my 27 dice. Alright, well, so the first attack, that is 1 piercing damage and 4 poison. Let's break it down.
Okay.
And then 9 damage on the second one.
Hang on. 9.
And then 9 on the third.
999.
999.
This guy's. He means business. I don't like
You're
him.
getting fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, this one is going to spit poison at you, Roxanne. It will
Rude.
have disadvantage, but 19.
It hits.
So that's gonna be 4 piercing damage plus 8 poison.
It's like the piercing damage halved.
Yeah, piercing damage would be half, so 2 piercing damage plus 8 poison.
So 10 damage.
And then it's gonna slash you twice. It's gonna slash Scrimshaw once and you once.
He'll have disadvantage if he does it to Scrimshaw.
Cool. So 21 on Scrimshaw.
Cool.
And 23 on you, Roxanne.
Yeah. It'll also be half damage on Scrimshaw.
Yeah, well, it didn't hit
It
Scrimshaw anyway.
didn't
So.
hit. It's half of nothing.
Right, so that's 11 slashing damage on you, Roxanne, halved to 5.
Cool.
And then this Drider is stunned. Alright, Mona.
I'm gonna punch the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Punch it.
We have advantage.
Punch it louder.
Can it do a con save, please?
Punch it real good. Yep.
Punch.
That is a 24, natural 20.
Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit, yeah.
Okay, cool. Can you do another con save, please?
It's looking hurt. That's 14.
Okay, it's stunned. Could
It's
give it another whack.
Uh,
And then another whack.
and another one. Alright, so your final blow, continuing to keep it stunned, keep just punching away at it. Push, 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 push. Eventually, you just look down, and its face is just sort of like been pushed inwards by the amount of times you punched it. Like bits of frozen flakes are just falling off it as pus is just seeping from its open, empty mouth. It collapses in front of you, dead.
Nice.
Punched a thing to death.
Right.
I punch things to death all the time.
The
Yeah, but-
spider swarms.
You new
It's,
here?
Alright, these
Cool.
two spider swarms are coming up to you.
Oh.
Mona?
Oh, one sec. I haven't finished my turn.
Oh yeah, good.
I was just gonna move here. And then
Do the same thing. All right, so, right. So it's two attacks on you, Mona.
Okay.
Is a 16 and an 18 to hit.
they both miss.
One's going to attack you, Gary.
Yep.
That is a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Ooh, okay. One's going to attack Throboth. That is a 15. That also misses. All right. Spider swarms are done. Chinook.
All right. I'm going to toss out a. I'm going to attempt to Phantasmal Killer the spider guy next to me because I don't like him and I want to go away. I want him to go away. Please leave me alone. You hurt me. And I'm gonna throw that out at a level 5. Needs to make a DC 18 Wisdom save.
Wisdom. That is a 17, so that's a fail.
Yeah, he's frightened of me.
Hey.
And he takes
Spooky.
30 points of psychic damage overall.
It's okay. What thing are you sort of making him think he sees?
I'm just imagining that he sees his whole just body covered in fire. I assume spiders don't like fire.
He could have done
So-
like a giant bird eating him.
A giant like humming
A rock.
just pops up.
Nah, he thinks he's just on fire right now.
Yeah, he begins to just screech like, "Ah!" and just like sort of pat himself with his like weird humanoid body parts.
And I'm just gonna kind of move this direction.
Oh, what's going on?
It's just Chinook's just playing around with the body.
Yeah, I tried to roll it over and it just keeps rolling back.
Why am I moving?
All right, Scrimshaw.
I'm going to use my special move, Whack.
Whack on
One
one.
above me. 30
Nice.
to hit for 23 damage.
Yeah, this one's looking really hurt, just slashing into him.
Okay, hopefully one final whack. 31 to hit for 27 damage.
27. All right, this one's dead. And
Nice.
you slash him, he collapses in front of you, standing over his body. It's like the body over time, like you just notice it's seeping, and the abdomen pulsating weirdly, like there's something like moving in there.
Okay, I'm gonna slide on round to here.
There's this one in the middle.
Yeah, I'm still in range of that as well. So I'm just kind of the goal being to give the things next to Gira more targets.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Cool. Roxanne.
I'm also going to move to here next to Scrimshaw.
There's this spider in the middle, just like spotting at itself, like ah!
I'm gonna hit it while it's on fire though.
It's not actually on a fire.
It thinks it's on fire.
just a-
It's great. I've tricked his brain into making it believe it's on fire.
Okay, well, while it's distracted thinking it's on fire, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Okay.
So Reckless, Great Weapons Master.
Yeah, that hits.
20.
Yeah, that hits. Okay, 28.
Okay, and again. Nice,
Oh.
nice to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's looking really hurt.
And that ends my turn.
Okay, Gamron Gleer is going to lunge out at the spider with his spear.
Oh, my food just got here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hook's food just arrived.
Right. It hits one. He hits once. Okay, there we go. Gira.
Gira's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds, so kind of going straight from damage to mass healing, and is going to focus on myself, Morna, so it's up to 6, so there's 5 of us. How damaged are Tharoff and Glamangleer looking?
They're both looking kind of equally damaged. They don't look hurt. Gamron looks the most hurt.
I'll do it on. Is he the guy above?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it on him. So us 5 and Glamangleer. I won't upcast it.
Cool.
So it's 23 to hit.
Nice. Big. I feel so much better.
And that's the end of my turn. I just need to remember to tell Shonak that
Okay.
he needs to do that as well. Morna, have you done yours?
I'll add it to Zax.
Okay.
Didn't hear you say my name. But okay, cool.
Okay.
No, just an extra 23, but you've done that. That's good.
23. All right. Right, it's the spider's turn again. As a sort of pack animal, they're focused on you at the moment, even though Scrimshaw and Roxanne's attempts to distract them. That you are currently in their field of vision of attack.
Mhm.
That's 6 attacks coming towards you. So that's going to be 20, 32, and natural 20.
All right.
I'm going to opportunity attack this one if he's attacking Gira then.
Yeah. No, that one's not attacking quite yet. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'll do it once he's...
And then the next 3 attacks is.
Are we going to do the damage to them first, or do we just do it together?
Let me just. I'll just roll them all. Then 30, 19, and 26.
All hit.
Okay. All right, so in total,
I forgot to
then-
mention the Dryder thingy is meant to take an extra 4d10 if it fails a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that at the end of its
Honest,
turn.
Yeah.
Is that the start of its turn?
No, end of its turn.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Right.
So yeah, well, I'll wait until it's the end of their turn, then I'll do it.
Alright.
All right. So yeah, what's up?
So I just need to make my opportunity.
Yeah, this one hasn't attacked yet. So
Oh, I thought you had.
oh yes. All right. Make your opportunity attack on this. Sorry, I'm counting up. I'm counting up dice. That's gonna be 19, 20, 24, 28, 36, 39, 42 slashing damage. Gira.
Yep. And poison.
And 7 plus 5 plus 16, so 21,
Well,
28.
he's down. He's down.
Okay, so Gira is down. Yeah, and that wouldn't do any death saves to you because that just takes you down. All right, so in that case, Roxon, you make your attack on this one. There's attacking
Yeah.
Gira. That hits. Okay, so it's
14. Give him a little tickle.
Okay, and then this one who's on fire is going to lash out for Roxon. So that's going to be a 15 to hit. No, that misses.
Nope.
18.
Just hits.
Okay. So that's 8 slashing damage, half to 4, and then the other one doesn't hit.
Cool.
And that's it for those Driders. So, yeah, Gira is currently unconscious. Da-da-da.
Oh dear.
Mona, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna punch the one next to me. Ooh! That means I get an extra turn. Nice.
Yes. Oh, actually, sorry, I need to do a wisdom save on that one.
Yeah.
All right, that fails. So it's gonna definitely die because it has no HP anyway, really. So, all right, that one's dead.
Okay,
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over here, and because we've got a crit, and because my things, I get an extra punch.
Yeah,
Haha. Does the 9? But does the 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Okay, could it make a con save, please?
Yes. All right. Con save. 18.
Okay, that passes.
Okay.
26.
That hits.
Can you do another con save, please?
Yes. 7. That's a
Okay,
stand.
stand. Woo.
It's a stand.
And then I get that one, 21, and then my extra one for my crit.
Anyone? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right, man. Cool.
All right. It's looking really hurt.
Can't do anything else. So that's my turn.
All right. Swarm of spiders. Wow, they're going to attack Gira. Unfortunately, that's a 17 to hit.
Miss.
17 misses. Okay. In that case, Chinook.
Alright, this other one, he's.
Are you sure 17 misses? It says 16 on your armor class.
Oh fuck yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Is that 16
Yeah,
without your
sorry,
shield?
fuck. Yeah, he's down, isn't he? So.
Yeah, you still have your
You
shield.
still have
on.
your shield.
You'll have a shield.
Oh wait, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
If you have a shield on,
Well, I have a shield. I assume he took his great two-handed weapon for the destructive wave, and I did specify if he put it back on for the healing thing. So.
oh, right? Yeah,
I'd
no,
like-
you can't just swap willy nilly between shields and shields.
Yeah. So
Do you need
I
a
suppose
two-handed-
it would hit.
Does he need a two-handed weapon for a destructive wave?
Well, that's what I said, didn't I? I know it doesn't.
Plus, you don't. I mean,
Like,
you only need two hands on a two-handed weapon to actually attack with it. You don't need it to hold it. So, like, you can.
No, I get that,
Yeah.
but like I said that he used both hands to swing it into the ground. So from like a law perspective, like I'm just trying to be fair with myself on it.
All right. Well, yeah. If you didn't specify that you had your shield out because you woke up as well, like you might not have been thinking. All right. Well, take the 2 death saves. I'm sure you'll be fine. Chinook.
Seeing my friend Gira is in danger, but also seeing the spiders, Chinook just kind of looks from Gira to the spiders to Gira to the spiders, I'm gonna toss out a 5th level healing word towards Gira.
Okay.
I
All right, roll that.
did submit it.
Okay.
There we go. You get 17 healing back.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
That's 5th level.
All right. So yeah, sending out. Yeah. Well, healing word doesn't do that much healing, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is a bonus action. So, all right. So, sending out your song of sort of healing, Gira reawakens from the brink of death. What else do you want to do, Chinook?
I guess just kind of wait and hide because I'm not a very good punchy guy. I'm a good spelly guy.
Okay. All right, Scrimshaw.
Okay. Which of these biggins looks worst off?
The one on the right.
Okay, I'm going to swing round. I'd have to take opportunity attack either way, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have mobile?
Yeah, though I'd have to attack the one below first. I'm just going to take the opportunity attack, go up here.
Okay, it's going to lash out and bite you.
Okay.
Cutting words.
Okay, that's 32 to hit. That's pretty good.
Ooh. What with cutting? What?
I don't
What if
think
that
it
goes
matters
with
with
cutting
cutting
words?
words.
It could do.
Slash R.
My AC is 26.
1d10.
Ah.
No.
Okay,
No,
so
no,
that's
it's roll 30.
one piercing damage and 4 poison.
Okay, so yeah, it's only 3 damage. All right, attacks on the on this dude.
Okay.
With advantage
Okay,
because
that
he's
hits.
stunned. 21. It's 27 damage.
Right. After your first hit, it slash. You whoosh round and you stab him right in the abdomen in the back, and he sort of screeches as he collapses dead.
Okay, and I'll swing back round to this guy. And that's a 15.
Yeah.
Believe hits.
I mean, you rolled a 21 on Avenger.
Well, that was advantage on the first one because that one was stunned.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
It's stunned, yeah.
yeah,
okay,
second
so
one,
that's
21
gonna be
damage
21.
on the bottom.
All right. Okay.
And that
This one is actually looking kind of okay.
That's it for me.
All right, Roxanne.
Rocks on turn. Yeah, usual Great Weapons Master, Reckless. Let's give it a hit.
Nice.
That hits.
Oof. And again.
Mhm.
Oh! Oh!
20.
Right, so that roll 2d12. 16. Is it dead?
How much is that in total?
A lot.
That's helpful.
I don't know.
So
Richard.
19
is-
on the first one, 37 plus 16 is 53 on the second one.
Yes, it's just about.
Yay!
It falls, and with a final shriek, you notice all the trees above you sort of like howl almost with anger. Not literally, but like this sort of like sense of imposing eerie magic that is in the air. All the spiders begin to turn and flee and just sort of like go into their hovels, all the mini ones. So no point. There's no point chasing them down because they're just spiders. But yeah, so the battle is over, and the spiders, which are not dead, just have escaped.
Do you get a sense for which direction they went?
They just went in sort of all general directions, back into the woods.
Just like
Okay.
dispersed.
Yeah, I mean they were swarms of spiders, so you know, yeah.
Chase them down, every single one. Squish, 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 squish.
Eldritch Blast.
Just freaking meteor storm on the area.
Thrarbroth sort of like dusts himself down and just like stabs one of the spiders, which is twitching on the ground. Says, "What the fuck was that?"
Spiders.
Is
They were not spiders.
Is that not normal for this area then? I presume.
No, I've never heard of anything like that in my wildest nightmares.
They seem like dwarves.
Yeah, that's what worries me.
I didn't think that's what dwarves look like. I thought dwarves only had 2 legs.
Ha 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 ha. Changed dwarves, Morna.
Followers of the
Right.
Spider Queen, I assume.
Poor creatures.
Ooh, spider.
Would I know what driders are at all, or?
You know that there's drow magic which has done, but I use the term droiders. These aren't actual droid. Like they don't.
I know, but like in general.
Yeah.
Poor creatures. What a fate to befall anything. I would not wish it upon my worst enemy.
I mean, if these are followers of the Spider Queen, could be that they saw this as a great honor.
No creature could see this as a true honor. This is a deal with the devil. Kira kind of places his hand on one of the heads of the mashed spiders and kind of whispers a prayer. Kind of, for them kind of safe harbor to the next life.
They almost killed you.
Just because something tries to kill you doesn't mean just treat it less than anything else other than dirt. It still has a soul, does it not?
Yeah, a soul that we need to help into the right direction. Even if it is a spider. Oof.
Thank
Can
you.
we just have a little sit down, guys, please? Is that okay?
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
What's to say more of these aren't going to attack us?
Well, we can always move to a different place.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. How are you two doing? I didn't see how much you got hit in that fight.
Me?
No, our Bone Cloak friends, Thraman and Cameron.
Thoros says, I'm fine. How about you, Gumgler? He says, I've been worse, and sort of just like is stretching his arm. I'm doing okay. That healing magic really helped.
Not at all. Come here. Let me give you something else. It's the least I can do. You were very helpful to me there. And Kira does a healing word, level 3 on Glyph.
All right, so that is 14. He says, perfect.
What say you, Tharoff? Do you require healing as well?
No, I'm doing okay. Don't waste your spells on me.
Kira, maybe you should focus on yourself. You're not looking great.
Don't worry, Scrimshaw. The storm will see me through. But I might just touch myself up a little.
Dirty old man.
It doesn't before myself.
Yeah, you know.
Thorboth says, really, the storm will help you. Seemed like your elf friend did.
Oh, it was only because the storm made it such that he was there. But Shodok, thank you very much. You have very impressive skills with wherever you got your magic from.
I sang at things and then they die.
I'm the worst musician ever. it's like Klingon poetry.
Man, this is really a dead crowd tonight.
Bard cast fireball by accident. Oh, I guess my jokes were too lit for the part of the group. All right.
Speaking of magic, Shonik, don't you have some form of protection spell for us? I recall you mentioning some kind of house or something you could create.
I mean, if we're dead set on continuing a rest, now would be a wonderful time for me to show you my home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine, but some of us.
I could do with a short rest, just to sit down and a cup of tea, that kind of thing. If you have that in your house, that'd be nice.
I mean,
I mean,
we
it
never
is
did.
a rather expensive spell.
We never did.
I don't
finish our
know if
long
I should
rest.
use it for just a few hours of tea.
What time is it?
Oh, it's like the middle of the night. It's like maybe 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, we didn't actually finish our long rest. So
But you should get a long rest.
I guess it's a matter of would we rather stay out here and keep watch,
No.
or do we just want to hunker in and potentially miss any signs of the?
I would rather just have a proper rest
Okay.
in Schnook's house.
This house does look lovely.
Haven't even seen it.
You haven't seen my house.
I think I've seen it before, haven't I?
No, you haven't.
Oh. Well,
You've seen our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, our house. I imagine it's the same.
What's going on? Who am I? I don't know.
Yeah, put the house up.
All right. I find one of the crumbled walls, and I kind of just get this small kind of miniature, kind of like sculpture of a portal, and a few other bits and bobs like a silver spoon. Kind of cross them over in the hole of the carved portal, and I kind of just sit there for a moment, kind of playing my flute before this kind of just shimmering green door. Like, it looks like oak, but green. Just kind of opens up on the wall. Well, if you would follow me into this wall.
Lovely.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
Come
follow
on.
me into the wall. Don't you?
Come
don't-
through the wall.
What do you mean? Oh, there's a door there. How did I get there?
I made it.
It's very talented.
Thank you. At least someone respects my talents. Well, you and
Aw.
Gira.
Hey, I like the door. It's a nice door.
I didn't say I respected
Thank you.
it. I just said it was nice.
So you've conjured a door. Presumably it leads somewhere.
I kind of open it up.
Otherwise, this would be a very underwhelming spell.
I kind of open it up, and on the other side of the door, it certainly is not the area around. I kind of open it up to this kind of summery style kind of outdoor garden. It's kind of like a series of like gazebos and the like just kind of propped up around. Like there are a couple buildings here and there. But as soon as I open it, like you can hear kind of just like servants singing, moving around, preparing like food and the like. And the first sight everyone is greeted with is a lovely fountain with a marble statue of Shunnock, but
my God.
the way it's proportioned looks like someone made a sculpture of a Roxon, cut off the head, and just put Shunnock's head on it. And he's
Nice.
flexing.
Is this how you see yourself in a mirror?
Oh yes, of course. Isn't it what you see?
No, of course.
And it's for like a mansion. It is kind of more just like Shunnock's splendid garden or something like that. Off to the north is this gazebo that has a kind of feasting table
It can be
with all of these empty plates.
it can be Chinook's splendid sanctuary.
Yes.
It's certainly nicer than the Spiderlands.
There are spirits that, I mean, there are the kind of like fey spirits off to the east that in another gazebo kind of just singing and dancing and juggling and the like.
I'm not being funny though. We do kind of want to go to sleep. Are they going to be doing that all night?
Oh yes. I kind of
Oh, God.
clap twice, and then they just vanish.
Nah, that's better.
Oh, and if you're after nighttime, I snap my fingers, and it's no longer like a bright summery day. It turns into a quite cool summer evening.
Kind of makes me want to stay up and drink.
We have. What do you want to drink?
I feel like we should probably go to sleep, though. We did just have a big battle.
Tell you what,
Okay.
if the world does end, can we just live here?
Is that a
But the
thing?
dogs,
Can we do that?
Rita, and
No.
Aspen, and Clive.
This is
And
only
they all
if,
suck.
this is only if the world ends and there's no world to live in.
Look, if a big giant planet is coming to, do us in, I know, I'd rather be here.
I mean, this is a very temporary spell. It'll only give us enough time to rest up and then leave.
Can you just keep redoing it?
I could, theoretically.
Well, there you go then.
Does it cost anything apart from spell energy?
Now I got all the components I needed a while back.
Oh.
If you go to the building on the west, you will find rooms catered to your tastes, or the tastes I assume you would particularly enjoy.
I thought you were going to
I'm
say
sure
tastes or
yours
lack
is.
thereof.
What did you choose for me? Thorin says. Tharabotas, sorry.
Well, I'm not particularly familiar with dwarven homes, but I've given you. There is a wonderful king-sized bed. King-sized even for a Goliath, I would say.
We don't have
Uh,
kings. We don't have kings.
It just means big.
We're an anarcho-communist. An anarcho-syndicalist commune.
We have Carls.
Okay,
What have you done for me?
Carl size. Yours is just surrounded. In fact, I'll show you. I kind of walk you over to your room,
Okay.
and on the inside is just. It looks like it's made of just hundreds of like mammoth bones and skeletons, kind of. Because all I really know about you is you're really proud about killing a mammoth that one time.
It was 2.
I snap my fingers and it looks like it's made of 2 mammoth skeletons.
Better.
And Shonek's never seen a mammoth, is the thing. So the proportions are kind of off. There is a mug full of ale that kind of never really goes bad.
Ah,
In like
Glorious.
a kind of a small. In like a kind of what you would assume to be a baby mammoth skull.
that's right. I mean,
Which
'Cause
you,
they also have a
you
hill
recognise
that
that,
they
of
got a
course, as
baby.
well. 'cause-
But again, Shonak has never seen a baby mammoth before, so it's more like it's just bigger than Roxanne's head.
that'll do. Then still a nice big mug.
Morna, yours is just covered in black everywhere.
Pictures of
Everything is
naked
black.
Goliaths.
Pictures of naked Goliath ladies.
Nice.
Skulls everywhere.
Like some
You
sort of
look
sex dungeon. It's some like bondage.
She has a thing for Goliaths. It's in her backstory.
Shonak's
Ah,
splendid sex
Can't wait for the
dungeon.
fan fiction.
Scrimshaw, yours is. You say you don't sleep, you just kind of power down, so I gave you like a cupboard.
A cupboard.
It's a big cupboard.
How thoughtful
I
of
don't-
you.
Oh, it's
I mean-
also full of like motivational quotes that you've said and the like.
I
You
mean,
know,
a chair would be nice.
a chair forms into being in front of you. It's a very nice chair.
Okay, yeah, that'll do.
Would you like some books, actually?
Have you seen me read?
Yes. Have I? Wait. I know you can read, but I don't know if you enjoy reading.
It's not really a hobby that I do. I was stuck in the tower with books for hundreds of years. I kind of finished reading.
You finished reading.
I've read everything.
I have read
Reading?
every single book that will come into being.
I am challenging Elo in reading.
Books completed it, mate.
I got that achievement a long time ago.
That's did it for a few hundred years. Kind of got bored of it.
Do you do anything for fun?
Not really.
But then how do you know you're living?
I mean, when we had time off, I kind of just got beaten up by Morna every day. But I wouldn't call that a hobby. It certainly wasn't fun.
Wasn't
Ye-
Warner.
I should teach you how to play the flute.
Someone says, doesn't he not breathe?
I'm not sure wind instruments would be my strength.
What about
Also, it's a bit, I don't know.
I also know how to play the lute, the mandolin. I know multiple instruments.
The thing about, I mean, it would be quite ironic to have him play a woodwind instrument.
It'd be
You know
like
it
if
would.
you played the bagpipes made of skin.
And I have known
Aren't all
particular way to
bagpipes
do
made
that.
of skin?
Are they? I thought they
Yeah.
were. Yeah,
Do you mean human skin?
yeah, I meant human skin.
Yeah,
No,
that's not. No.
All bagpipes made of human skin, right?
In the Spiderlands, they play bagpipes made of human skin. Wouldn't it be dwarf skin? I'm
Yeah,
not a
I guess it
human.
would.
These days, bagpipes are usually made of like things like Gore-Tex.
Right. Sadly, there's
Yeah.
no Gore-Tex in my D&D world.
Well, get on it.
Invent
Those
it.
Lysenian gnomes better get working.
Yeah. And they'll create nylon any day now.
It's Minotaur Tex.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Shonok, does Gira have a bedroom?
He does, and it's kind of like just this ostentatious kind of temple atmosphere mixed with a kind of retirement home kind of vibe.
So it smells of green juice.
Eggheads is playing on the TV in the corner.
Instead of like a
Sony
TV,
Folsom horses.
instead of a TV, it's just a portrait of Shonok still doesn't understand your concept of storm stuff, so it's just a painting of a lightning storm striking a field.
That's just like home.
Isn't that beautiful?
And a bed with some steps up to it.
It's got like that mobility thing as well, so you can like lower and up
Yeah.
higher the bed. And
Yeah.
Fully cords as well, so I can call the adults of the building.
Bell.
There is on each person's kind of like bedside table, there is a small golden bell, which Shonok explains that if you ring it, one of the invisible servants will come, and I've instructed them to just give you what you like.
Throbbeth turns to Cameron and says, "No getting any ideas."
Oh my god.
oh god, they're not for that.
They
Or are
are incorporeal, so
What does that mean?
they don't have a physical body. They can affect the physical plane in ways, but they can't. I don't think you could really get up to that
Sounds
kind of
good enough.
behavior.
That's good enough for me.
Someone's tried it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, someone's tried it and failed miserably.
But yeah,
Spoken with someone with experience.
Considering this
Cries a
is
single tear.
considering this is your plane, it sounds like it was you that tried it.
No, this is a very well-known spell for a lot of mages.
Okay.
Well, it must
I'm
suck
going
having
to
to share this place with all these other mages.
No, they create their own plane,
Wow.
their own home.
Maybe they're one. They can, do that with their slaves.
good mistake.
God. Tharbroth says, "All right, well, I'm really tired. I'm going to bed, to my Carl-sized bed." which I like. The largest bed for a dwarf is probably just like a double bed. If you think about it. Anyway,
He's got an even bigger bed.
yeah, I'll have his mind blown by how big his bed is. All right, well, so what did you want to get up to? Just catch up on some rest.
Yeah.
Well, finish off the old resto.
I'll just go to Chinook quickly, though. Remember the plan. Remember. You need to remember a certain song. Okay.
I think I have a much better idea.
Oh, I look forward to seeing it.
God.
Okay. All right, I'm going to bed.
Lightning flashes above.
Oh, Christ.
He's gone mad with power in his own plane. Oh no.
He's on
do I-
with plane power.
Do I hear 8-hour ASMR rainfall sounds coming from Gira's room?
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, it's very relaxing. Yeah, very nice. Nice pitter patter. All right. Well, so you all get a nice night of restful sleep in the safety of Chinook's splendid sanctuary. The next morning comes briskly. Your rest is fulfilled greatly, and you all feel very refreshed at not having to spend the night in what is effectively a swamp filled with horrible, monstrous spiders.
We sleep in luxury.
Yeah. So Tharbroth and Gamron are up bright and early. They've got all their pack stuff out, and they're just sort of like taking a list of what they have.
Would
Tharbroth
people
said-
like some breakfast?
breakfast?
Breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Just
Please.
What have you got?
Anything you want.
How does that work? Is it real?
Yes, it's real. Only here, though.
What? So once we leave here, the food just leaves our belly.
No. You eat it, and it'll still give you the nutrients you need. But if you try and take it out of here, it will just vanish into a pile of leaves.
May I have an elk?
An elk?
Yes.
Very well. I kind of clap twice, and some servants come around with some cooked elk for you on the far end of the table.
I didn't mean to be crass, but I was hoping for a live one that I could hunt. It's been a while.
And an elk.
Hunting is not allowed in my home.
Well, I apologize for my rudeness. I just hope you understand that it is a part of Dragonborn's tradition. We are still largely, at our core, hunter-gatherers. It's our nature.
I'll see what I
I
can
thought you
do.
didn't remember home.
I do not, but I've certainly been able to piece together a few things about Dragonborn.
Yeah, I read the Daily Mail. That form.
Yeah.
Dragon mail.
The Daily Scale.
Dragon Mail. The Daily
Daily Scale.
Daily scale.
I'm definitely stealing that. All right. Well, Tharbroth, unsurprisingly, just orders a mountain of food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That he's just stuffing himself in it with. I haven't eaten like this since. I don't think. Well, since my my brother's wedding, I think.
What is a dwarven wedding like, my dear friend?
Oh, there's many a word in the world, but none quite surmise the experience of a dwarven wedding.
Is that because
Come
you
on,
lose
what-
the ability to speak through all the alcohol?
Well, that is a large part of it, but usually it's a 6 or 7 day affair.
Mona, what is it you'd like to have for your breakfast?
Some eggs, maybe.
Excellent. You get some kind of like fried eggs and some rashers of like Does Mona eat meat?
Yeah.
Some rashers of bacon and the like.
Nice, thanks.
But as you cut into one of the eggs, a kind of horde of spiders just kind of spills out and just starts kind of just overtaking the whole table.
I throw my fork at Chinook.
Okay, make it sense.
I snap my fingers and the fork's no longer real.
Thorboth goes, way to put me off my...
I snap my finger and the spiders disappear.
I'll just eat with my hands then. So,
Yeah, there's no more spiders. The spiders are just gone. It's okay. It's
That's-
okay. They weren't real. They're just, magic.
Thorboth, like, wipes his mouth. Way to try and re-traumatize us from last night.
If to be fair, this was Roxanne's idea.
Ugh. Well,
It wasn't my idea. No, we talk about.
we best get going before it gets too late. And Thorboth storms out. Cameron Glare like follows behind without saying anything.
I think they like me.
I thought you were a people person. Never mind.
No, there's nothing a fairy loves more than a good prank.
you're a fairy,
I come
Fairy.
from the Feywild.
So
But
but you're
no.
not a fairy.
It's part of the culture.
And are
you know,
they
you can't-
fairies?
Yeah, we're not fairies either, so we don't like pranks.
Everyone likes a good prank.
No. Everyone in the Feywild likes a good prank. You're not in the Feywild at the moment.
Yes, well, at the moment we're in my domain, which is probably closer to the Feywild than the material plane.
Okay.
I'll be in a poopy pants, Mona.
Pranks.
You are your big poopy pants.
If it helps, I give you free reign to prank me whenever you so desire.
Okay.
Excellent.
Mona's pranks sometimes involve murder, by the way. Okay, let's get going.
They all involve murder.
Because Mona has no idea how to prank.
And just imagine Scrimshaw just said that as he was leaving. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what I intended. Just like out the door as I say it.
Nice.
All right, so you get your stuff together and you leave back into the horrible, unforgiving wilderness of the Spiderlands. Well, the sort of expanded Spiderlands, I suppose, because it's not really the Spiderlands.
The
But
Expanderlands.
the Expanderlands. Do Expanderland.
It's the DLC part of the kingdom.
Yeah. You have to pay extra for that. This is just a free trial, by the way. Like you could have like.
Can you imagine that? Oh my god, like. Sorry,
right.
guys, you can't follow that plot thread unless you gave me 10 pounds.
Technically, you have paid me for this campaign because you paid for the Roll20 subscription. So.
That's true.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
expecting a premium service.
Yeah, this is the most premium service you're
We're gonna get like
The customer
5
is
free
always
loot boxes per week.
Yeah, that does not count with D&D. Sorry, it's just not true. All right, well, anyway, so you begin to get settled back into the sort of oppressive atmosphere of the wilderness. Thorboth says, should we try and scry maybe on the werewolf to see where it might be?
Yeah, good
Excellent
idea.
idea. Last time we did this, we saw evidence that he was still not quite taken over yet. Might be a good. You don't happen to think that the same thing that's happening to our unfortunate friend, the werewolf, was happened to these poor spiders?
Well,
Does-
they're spiders. He's a wolf.
Well, no, but the process of change.
The transformation does seem somewhat similar.
And it's striking dwarves, primarily dwarves.
That's just a mere mumble of an old dragonborn. Gira casts scrying.
Okay.
Still got that little chunk of
Gonna
flesh, right?
gonna do a save. Okay, so you begin to sit down in the clearance of the woods, and think of the storm, meditate, and looking it down into the sort of like font of water that you sort of carry with you, I guess. It begins to swirl. The water becomes silvery, almost like mercury, as it just sort of levels and then begins to ripple. And in the vibrations, sort of pattern begins to form of like clouds swirling. The clouds open up, and you see a shallow cave. On the ground lies a recently killed troll who has been burnt and to death, basically. Stood nearby is the werewolf, sort of huffing to himself like he's just been in a fight. And you see like scratches down his face and clumps of fur having been torn out. You see that the progression seems to have gotten a little bit further. Where he had a mostly dwarven sort of face, now it's almost entirely wolfish. Although it doesn't really look like a wolf, it's more like a gnoll. He seems larger than before as well. And where the wounds you see that he's just accrued in this fight with a troll are beginning to heal over, but there's like this sort of like reddish glow coming from underneath his fur, like almost from his veins. The side of him, which was still mostly dwarven, is starting to catch up slightly. It's still recognizably dwarven, it's just larger and more muscular, but patches of fur have started to sprout up on his arms and his legs. He reaches into the troll, like just reaches around a bit, and then just takes out loads of troll blood and begins to just draw like on the wall, and he's just continuing to draw. Then he suddenly stops and he sort of sniffs the air. He says, "I thought you would come." And he turns around, and there's this sort of like silhouetted figure in the sort of back of the cave, and says, Now, don't make any harsh moves. You don't want it to get worse." And the sort of the werewolf like hunches over, and his heckle sort of goes up, and he says, "Why have you done this to me? What do you want?" And he says, "That will all come to pass soon. You're all part of my plan." And you notice that like he doesn't seem to be just talking to the werewolf, but like as he sort of steps out, you recognize him as Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw. Grimshaw.
I was in
what?
my room the whole night, just so you know.
Wait, what?
Well, it's someone who looks like Scrimshaw, dressed in.
Have we seen this person before? Sorry.
You haven't seen this person before. You've heard references to him.
And we know that there is like a double of Scrimshaw in the world.
There's he's like wearing this like very finely crafted like wizard's cloak almost that seems to be like hemmed into sort of trousers, and it's quite colourful. There's like runes and patterns that sort of like blacks and blues and yellows that sort of like finely like entwine into sort of floral patterns that sort of go into this sort of weird like geometric shapes. On his side is this like very large like scimitar that seems to be glowing in sort of like a spirally sort of colour.
What color is it glowing in?
It's sort of like scintillating in lots of different colours. It seems to have like an aura around it of like some sort of like sparkly colour. He like reaches out his hand, and the werewolf just locks up completely, like completely held, and he just like walks slowly up to it and just sort of says, "Good, the process is coming along nicely." And then he like clicks his fingers, and then suddenly the scry ends.
You tell us what happened.
Gira turns to Scrimshaw. Doesn't address him, but just kind of looks at him and says, "Well, that was certainly rather unnerving, Scrimshaw. It seems you have a little bit of a doppelganger problem. Secretary.
Yeah.
Werewolf was in the cave. Some kind of altercation with a troll, and his condition seems to be deteriorating. And a figure emerged into the cave that looked a lot like you, saying he was part of his plan. It's, very curious.
Trolls and caves.
Yes, you don't happen to know where that could be, do you?
I think I have an idea. To the north, there's a series of caves which are lovingly referred to as the Troll Caves.
I wonder what's in
Go
there.
ahead. Remember, guys, trolls respawn hell if they're not hit by fire. Remember this.
I don't have fire.
Yeah,
I
well,
have
one of us
lots
has
of
fire. So make sure you attack them with fire if we get into a fight with them. I have this, if we find any gnolls, I still have this collar of control that I got in a very long time ago.
Please don't use that on our friend. That sounds awful.
No, it's only for trolls or gnolls.
I think they were gnolls, right?
Trolls.
Oh, it was trolls.
Trolls. Okay.
They were gnolls and they were controlling trolls.
Right.
Oh, right.
Knowles
Yeah, so-
controlling.
do I know
Yeah.
much? Do I know much about gnolls? Like I know much about gnolls, but like, does Sherlock know? Like, do I know if they're like demonic, like they are in the like in the books, or what's going on there?
What do you want to know?
Like, well, in the books, gnolls are kind of sort of kind of like they have like the demonic origin with like Enogu and the like.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if like Sherlock would know if they are or aren't like that in this universe or
Yeah, so you would definitely know that Yonagu exists in this world, but he's not like a demonic overlord. He's a well-known demon.
cool.
Like he's not like Ashtigul level, but he's pretty powerful, and the Gnolls do worship him.
Well, if he's turning into some form of gnoll creature, perhaps Enogu is involved. Perhaps he isn't. You do tend to seem to piss off demons constantly wherever you go.
Do we?
Yeah.
It's just of one demon, right? And that was Pietro. And even then, we actually did a lot for him by accident.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with this character you speak of, Shonak. And I'm not quite sure its relevance here.
Well, the gnolls worship Enogu. If there is some foul magics that Scrimshaw's doppelganger is using, I would imagine it would be somehow tied with Enogu, considering all the other things going on with this whole situation.
I don't know who. But where are the gnolls coming from?
Well, you saw him turning in. You said that he seems more like a gnoll than a wolf. All right.
Did I say that? No, I'm just messing with you. Okay, let's assume I did. I suppose I did, but it's certainly inconclusive at this point.
Well, if I'm only going on what you've been saying,
Let's keep it in mind.
if you see hyenas, burn the hyenas. Kill the hyenas first. Hyenas are bastards.
Very well. Shall we head to these troll caves? What other risks are there on the way over?
We still have obviously the threats of spiders, but I think they might be more likely to come out at night. So if we can,
They mostly come at night, mostly.
Well, we were traveling through the woods most of yesterday, and we didn't get attacked. And during the night, we did. And I didn't even see many spiders until that point.
It was a reference.
Ah, I see. I haven't seen that play.
Have you ever seen the play Aliens by Sir Ridley of Scott?
No, I haven't. Isn't Aliens James Cameron?
No. It's Ridley, isn't it? I can't remember. I remember it. I think I remember it being Ridley Scott. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure Aliens is James Cameron, but fine.
Ridley Scott.
Who's James Cameron?
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was. It was the first one was by Ridley Scott. My apologies.
Anyway. Yeah, we're talking about aliens here. All right, so
I think Alien versus Predator is the best of them.
Yeah. All right, well, so yeah, you begin to trek further. There seems to be less evidence of spiders around. They must during the day they must hide away. So the werewolf is turning into some sort of demon. Right.
Perhaps a gnoll, apparently.
It's not a gnoblin.
Maybe
It's not a gnoll.
not a canal.
I thought it is a gnoll.
Hey, why don't maybe he's making it into the demon that gives you your powers? Is it Ashergal? Was that the one?
But
Making
Ashergal's
it into
already a thing.
Yeah, but maybe he's making it into a body that Ashergal can like move into.
He could be creating a body for himself. I mean, I can't. I
For
don't
Ashergal?
know. No, for himself. Grimshaw could be creating it so that he can get stronger, get a new body. I mean,
Is that the
I don't
opposite
know.
of something that you would do?
I mean, I definitely wouldn't kidnap a man, turn him into a feral creature that's going to kill people in town, just so that I can torment him and take his body, do what with his soul.
Well, that probably
But-
is what
Would
Grimshaw's
you?
doing then.
But if he's
Well-
physically similar to me, I mean, my body, like, it has its advantages, but honestly, it's not that great. Like, I'm not strong, I'm not dexterous. My actual body isn't very.
Yeah, you're kind of
capable.
puny.
If I didn't have magic, I'd be pretty worthless.
Hey, Scrimshaw, even without magic, you're a valuable and wonderful member of our team.
Yeah, remember that time that I used you as a punching bag? That's not using magic. That was very helpful.
Time that
for
you
me.
were really good as a coaster.
Yeah, all that time where you like held wine and things and candles for your master. That just didn't use magic. You were really helpful then. Just don't put yourself down.
Yeah, great. This has been really helpful, guys. really boosted my self-esteem.
Oh, we're glad.
All
No problem.
all I'm saying is that if I had my brain and magical prowess in a body like Roxxon's, I'd be a hell of a lot stronger.
Well, don't you try that. You leave me in body alone.
I mean,
There is a
just
spell that
because
would allow me
it's
to do it, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not a bad person. I hope. I
Yeah,
think.
and
Just because you wouldn't do a thing doesn't mean necessarily that it is what the evil Scrimshaw would be doing.
No, it's
Sure,
just, it's
he's
just
your
a theory.
opposite.
It's something he could
Yes.
be doing.
maybe evil sure works out, so he's stronger.
Yes, I just don't feel like we'll be able to piece together his entire plan by looking specifically at the opposite of Scrimshaw, because if he's evil and nefarious and intelligent, like Scrimshaw is, I think,
I'm actually
Then-
I'm actually I mean I don't think I'm an absolute moron, but I think I'm just about intelligent enough now to know that I'm now the least intelligent of us. Roxxon, you hide it well, but that headband does wonders.
I
think
haven't got the
it's not wearing
headband on at the moment. I only put it on when it's required.
It just prefers to be dumb.
And I feel putting it on.
Genuinely thinking Roxanne's pretending to be dumb.
The wise are seldom
Yeah,
happy.
overdoing it a little bit, frankly. I mean, come on, gotta make it believable.
Anyone would actually be that dumb?
I feel like when Roxanne puts on the headband of intellect, he just starts putting numbers together and discovering like the secrets of the universe, and it becomes so maddening he has to take the headband off.
No, I just figured he had so much self-awareness that he just cringes himself out of existence.
It does remind you a little
Suddenly
bit.
like, oh my god,
He's basically like the Hulk in Endgame. Like, you know the scene when they're in New York and he just sees, like the previous Hulk smashing shit up and he's like, oh, how embarrassing. I think it's a bit like that.
Yeah. Alright. So, you begin trekking towards the troll caves, and eventually you get there. The first sign that something's up is the fact that on your way there, you stumble across a large dead troll. This one doesn't seem to have been mauled or gored by like a rabid feral beast. Seems very effortlessly killed. A bit of magic maybe used. And its body is still singeing, where some sort of fire spell has damaged it.
Sure, perhaps.
Yeah.
Garroth says, this is someone who knows how to kill a troll. You've done it very well.
How well do you know how to kill a troll?
I've killed a fair few.
Good. I'm probably gonna need it.
Just make sure if you do kill a troll, not to pick up any coins that are on it, because
Yeah.
I've heard stories that they can be cursed in some way.
PTSD.
Oh, where did you hear that? That's actually a very well kept secret. No, I'm just kidding. Garroth says, I did know that actually, and that is a good piece of advice. You know, no, actually, a fact about trolls. No one actually knows where they get them from. Those coins. They just
Other
have them.
than the trolls, probably.
Yeah, but they can't really explain themselves very well.
Random drop
Well, you
table.
see, they exchange them for goods and services, or they provide a good and service, and then
Oh, I know. We can put a headband of intellect on the trolls, and it could tell us where they got the troll coin from.
I mean, they are
yes,
dead.
that is at the tippy top of our priority list. Thank you, Mona, for that wonderful suggestion.
Hey, it could be the key to all of this.
Troll money.
Yeah.
I feel like
Maybe,
Who's been paying these trolls?
maybe if we give the big evil planet.
And what
maybe if we
for?
give the big evil Maybe if we give the big evil planet some of the coins.
You know what?
it'll leave us alone.
Just out of character, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike wanted to troll us like that. That just the greatest troll. The end of this epic campaign is just Mike writing in a literal just troll ending. I love it.
You all wake
would-
up with Halcyon giving you a cup of tea.
No, you're all trolls playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
It's actually Volkswagens and suburbs.
I like, what is it, officers and people?
Officers and people, yes. People, the real dragons.
It's actually just been going on in Gothric's head while he's been unconscious. In a
Officers and bosses, maybe.
I mean,
Officers and bosses.
I mean, Gothric's been unconscious for long enough to hold an entire D&D campaign. To be fair, so
yeah.
I mean,
true.
it might be one of those weird things where time just moves slower in his headspace.
oh no, it doesn't need to.
Like Inception.
He's-
It's like Inception.
Yeah, all right. So this dead troll, has been killed, and just ahead of you are some cracks and enter the caves. Thorboth says, "Yeah, someone's been here."
Why didn't you try locate object again
On what?
on this bit of troll skin we have, on wolf skin, or on Scrimshaw, because they're the same thing, right?
No,
Like-
they're made of. They're similar, but that doesn't mean that you can locate the other Scrimshaw by doing it on Scrimshaw. They're made of the same material, but that doesn't make them part of the same object.
Yeah.
Like, two swords aren't the same sword, though they're both made of steel.
What if those two swords are made of the same original sword?
Now you're just being pedantic.
Why don't you just use this bit of gross fur
What,
and
what
like hand back the sloppy fur to Gira?
what's a thief? What's
Oh,
a
thank
thief's
you.
dagger made of? Steel.
What?
Shana goes unconscious from psychic damage.
CPK.
Of course, their armor is made of hide.
Hide.
But anyway, speaking of hiding, do we want to sneak up on this?
Horrible.
I mean,
I would-
I can sneak up on them if you want.
I
see if
can
I can
sneak
check it
out
out.
perfectly well as well.
I mean, there is
Well-
there is every chance that he is still here. The Grim Shaw.
Is there anything that
Sure.
you're wearing the mithril armor, right? And he's not wearing the mithril armor, so we'll be able to tell you two apart.
Unless he has got mithril.
Yes, we are quite differently dressed.
Can I just like write a big X in
Real
red pen
Scrimshaw.
No,
on your head?
because when Roxxon gets mad, he might think X marks the spot to kill.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna
Right,
tie this bit
not
of
responsible
fur.
for my
Not fur.
actions.
I've got this bit of rag, of this bit of rope, and I'm gonna tie it around one of your horns so we know that you're the real Scrimshaw.
We're dressed very differently.
But what if they take their clothes off?
Just being-
Then they're the naked one.
I know what I'd do if I met my doppelganger.
He attacks you while you're both.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
I'll have to leave them alone for a bit.
Is that okay, Scrimshaw? I'm just gonna tie this bit of rope
not-
around your.
It's not gay if it's your doppelganger. I mean, I don't think it really helps.
Let's move on.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, sure. But I don't think it
Yeah, it
really
does.
is necessary. Okay, if it makes you feel better, then go ahead. I don't mind.
Okay.
All right. So are you going in alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume it's dark, right? So I can be invisible.
Yeah, it does get fairly dark in the cave.
I can
Invisible.
pass past without a trace.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Hell yeah.
2.
Trace.
405.
34.
4. Okay, bingo. So you begin to slowly walk through the cave, just checking your surroundings. It's there's this strong smell. You can't really place it. Very bitter and sort of like hits the back of your nose. And then as you get closer, you realize that this part of the cave seems to be some sort of latrine for trolls. And it is overflowing almost with disgusting troll mess. So as you go further down the cave, you just your eyes are watering. But you are immune to poison, so so it's not as bad. So further into the cave, it opens up slightly, and into a sort of living space, in which you see this troll that is dead and burnt, savagely mauled, and on the side of the wall of the cavern there's like a half-lit bonfire that's sort of casting a bit of like a dim glow across the cavern, but on the wall there's like a half-started drawing. You can't quite tell if it's a drawing or if it's some sort of rune. Like it's like maybe trying to write a word in some sort of rune.
Is it in blood, like
Yeah.
Gira described? Okay.
Yeah, it is in troll blood. Yeah.
Is troll blood red?
This troll's blood is like really dark, sort of purple at this point, like getting black on the wall.
Okay. Can I hear anything?
Make a perception check for me.
14.
Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
And there's no like other ways. No, wait. Did the caverns kind of carry on, or?
No, this seems to just be one like crack that ends up here.
Okay, I'm gonna come out and then tell the group what I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely where you had your scry, because it's got writing on the wall in troll blood like you described. I think maybe we should carry on looking down, or you try and do locate object again.
Did Gira do the locate object?
It was locate
What
creature.
was it? Sure.
Oh, locate creature, yeah.
On Gira, yeah, I think.
I have locate object, but it's locate creature thing as well. I guess I'd have it. Well, I wouldn't have it because it wouldn't be one of my prepared ones. But I can do locate object, but not creature today.
Yeah, whichever one it is, I prepared it when I had your sheet. And that's I actually prepared locate object.
But you meant to prepare locate creature, so. And that's what we used.
Okay, well, let me put it in the old spell book and swap those two over. What level spell is it?
I will look it up.
I just put it in my thing apparently, but I'm just quickly going to try and find it. It's level 4. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Okay. I will cast locate creature.
Locate creature.
Yeah.
As long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. Mm,
Bit of fur.
yeah. So. No. You don't get a sense of it being within 1,000 feet of you.
Unfortunately, either I'm doing this incorrectly or our werewolf friend is not here.
Oh. Well, I guess he's gone.
They must have moved. Do you
Yeah.
think your doppelganger might have taken him with him?
Possibly. I mean, he seemed to freeze him up before the vision ended. Did the scrying end early,
Yeah, it seemed to.
as if it was dispelled?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah. I mean, if
Um,
he saw that they were being scryed on, then there's every chance they would move locations, prevent them being.
Maybe they
found.
teleported away.
Tharbroth says, well, either way, it's still worth looking for tracks. And he nods to Gamonglir and says, we'll be outside the cave if anyone needs us.
Teleportation uses silver, right?
Sorry.
Teleportation, it uses silver.
I mean, depends on the method, but my form of teleportation uses some chalks and inks.
Well, maybe we could see if there was any remains of a teleportation circle anywhere in the cave.
Sure. Yeah.
Teleportation for me doesn't require any components of that nature.
Does it not? Oh, okay.
It's just
Yeah.
verbal.
You could like do a detect magic or something to see if there's any lingering sort of teleportation.
Yeah, I mean, are we in the right room for that though right now?
You have to go back to the
Yeah, I
cave.
direct everyone into the cave.
But you're also concentrating currently on locate creature. So if they pop into 1,000 feet of you, if it pops into it within 1,000 feet of you.
But if we get to by the time we get to the cave, I think Gira will probably drop it and then
Yeah.
do,
Okay.
do the next one.
All right. So yeah, you're heading into the cave.
Yeah, gonna go to see if we can detect magic. To see if
All right.
we
Do
get.
a detect magic for me then.
Assuming we're in the inside the room where it would have.
Yeah,
happened.
you're sort of going currently through the disgusting
Okay.
troll toilet.
Well, he's gonna cast it. So.
Trollbot's like, oh, that smell. You never get used to it. All right. So your magic flares. You do get a lingering sense that some magic has been used, but not teleportation magic.
I get any sense of what school of magic it's from?
Probably divination. Yeah, divination.
Hmm.
That's not from
Curious.
the scrying, is it?
Oh, yeah.
It may well be from my scrying.
Probably us then. Unless they're scrying on us.
Yeah, though. I mean, the fact that he saw the sensor means he must have some form of supernatural sight.
But you have supernatural sight.
Yeah, but I can't see invisible things.
If I have blind sight, can I see it?
No.
Would I be able to see something scrying? Okay.
Because I think something has to be like material for you to see it with blind sight.
Okay. Well,
Um,
maybe he just has better eyes than you. You got the mouth. Maybe he got the eyes.
Oh no!
Oh,
No! Oh, that's
What?
a terrible thought.
I don't know.
I just
I
got
don't know about that.
You got the tongue, Scrimshaw. He got the eyes.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I was just saying it.
All right. Well,
No, it's just more it was the idea of someone having perfectly human eyes.
well, most people have perfectly human eyes.
Yeah,
No,
I was
like
gonna
the
say I've got
Scrimshaw
perfectly human eyes. Thanks. I didn't know you found them so enchanting.
No, the Scrimshaw clone. I hate it. It's because it's like he's all made of wood and bone, and then there's just the two perfectly human eyes.
Yeah, where did he come from?
Wait, what? Grimshaw doesn't have perfectly human eyes.
No, because
Grimshaw.
Oh, just Grimshaw.
I said the Scrimshaw clone.
In
Alright, well-
Zach's headcanon, he does.
Yeah, that's not confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet. Not confirmed at all. That's never happening. All right, so yeah, you get the sense that no teleportation magic has been used, and as you say that, Thorboth shouts from outside the cave and says, "Yeah, we found something."
All right. Guess we best be following that then.
So you go out of the cave and Gamongle is stood by like a tree branch that has like a torn bit of rope on it. And he says, "Yeah, so he must have tied him up and taken him this way. They're probably still in the woods, but they're definitely heading east.
Why don't you fly up on the carpet, Scrimshaw, and see if you can get a better look?
Oh, you won't be able to get much of a look through the canopy."
That is true. I guess let's go with haste east.
they
Run
can't-
as fast as you can.
They can't be going fast, surely, if he's having to drag
Um,
everything along.
Well, Gira will recast locate creature if we're going to do this.
So also, it's starting to get dark as well because most of your day has been heading towards the troll caves. So
Oh, we could always take a sleep in the troll caves. Or go back to the palace, Ella.
How long do we have before we would be pushing exhaustion?
you could travel through the night, but then you'd be definitely exhausted by like 3 or 4. Well, you'd probably
Yeah.
be exhausted by like 1 probably because it is quite exhausting just making your way through the swamp anyway. And in the dark, it's even worse.
Right. Well, it took us a while to get here, so yeah, they could have made it a bit of a distance. Might not catch them before we have to bed down anyway.
Well, should we at least try? I could probably catch
Well,
them, but you guys are slow.
FYI, when Gira did the scrying, it was before you knew it was a troll cave, so it was probably a good 6 hours of traveling between the events of the scrying and you arriving at the troll caves. So he's probably got, if he's left, a good 6 hours journey on you already.
Yeah.
And what's the time now?
It's getting to about 8 or 9.
So if we legged it, then we might be able to catch it before we need to rest. But, like,
I
is
think
it
in
worth
order
it?
to, I think to catch him, we'd have to take so few of us that we would
Could
be
just go to the Spiderlands.
very
Unless,
Well,
unless you really want to meet your twin Scrimshaw, we could just leave it and go to the Spiderlands.
The route to the Spiderlands is east anyway. You can't get to the
Oh,
Spiderlands through this
you
part
know
of the
what?
mountain.
I'm an idiot. I was thinking you said east, but in my brain I was thinking west. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, maybe he's taking it to the spider lady, spider sacrifice.
Well, maybe it's a trap.
Or it could be a trap.
It's a trap. Well, either way, those questions will be asked in the next session where you will have leveled up.
Ooh.
Best monk level.
Yeah, right. Well, let's. Do you want to roll HP while you're here, everyone?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you can think.
No.
Oh,
Oh no!
we reroll
Damn
ones, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
reroll.
Hey.
Yeah, reroll ones.
Nice.
He's only gone and got 16.
Oh,
Oh, that puts me dead on 200 HP.
jeez.
Cool. 200 at level 14.
Actually, no, it'd be 202 because I have tough.
Oh, wait, I have tough
so-
as well.
Yeah,
so,
I have tough.
yeah.
I have tough, so that's 202.
Okay, so you've all rolled in the thing you want to level up in as well, right?
Yeah, I'll just do an level 11
Okay.
barbarian.
Cool. In that case, yeah, let's end the session there then, right? Do you want to end the stream?
65 movement
Cheers.
speed.
Ending the stream in 3, 2.
1.